Hello there. Okay, let's take a look at systems of equations. And in this example, well, let's back up. One of the tip, whatever, try to figure out the quantity of things that you are solving for. Sometimes you're given a specific question. How many things are you solving? What's the quantity of each did you buy? So what is the each? How many eaches are there, if that makes any sense? There's either 2 or 3. Those are the only systems that we work with, 2 variable or 3 variable. If you figure out you're only trying to find 2 things, then the system you create needs 6 coefficients. If you are solving for 3 things, then the system needs 12 coefficients. And I think obviously we can look at this and there are not 12 things told to us in this. So it's very likely a 2 by 2 system like that. All right. A lot of times the questions or part A, B, C that you see here are not like that. So just do a variety of them. Sometimes they explicitly tell you to do these things. Sometimes it just says, what's the answer? Like that. All right, so we're going to describe what we're doing here. And if you give me more detail, then I can understand that part. And I think that also helps you. I occasionally, some mistakes that I see are students very poorly define their variables and they get to the final answer and they don't understand what they're actually solving for. And in this case, we're looking for the quantity, and I might have students that tell me the price of something. I don't know. So be careful about understanding what your letters mean. So I'm using P and S for pasta and sauce. Kind of straightforward. You can use X and Y. You can use whatever you want to, but make sure you define them explicitly with that detail. I think that helps students get a lot more points when you do it. And that's what I'm trying to help you with. All righty. Okay, and so let's take those variables and write a system. So we had a total of 5. So P plus S is 5. And then we had a price of the individuals and a total price. And that's the other equation that you see there. And now we're going to solve this. I prefer, personally, the elimination method. Sometimes substitution can result in really horrible fractions and decimals and things like that. Try it both ways. See what you like. Like that. So I'm going to take the first equation and then I'm going to multiply, I'm going to subtract after I multiply the second equation by that leading coefficient of the x term. And I used the letter P to be x like that. So that's kind of my default go-to like that. Subtract it. Now we can solve for S. We can then plug that back into one of the original equations and get our p-value. It's always a great idea to double check these things. There's not a whole lot of arithmetic going on in this solving, but mistakes happen. Remember, when you double check, it's got to work in both of the original equations there. And so we've got a solution, which is a point. And we have the answer to the question that was asked because it's a word problem. You can't just go 3, 2 like that. So I just, a short little sentence like that. I think we're good.